Hey guys, it's Zach. Now, the real reason you're not getting the results that you want in trading isn't because you don't have all the information, and it's not because the market makers are out to get you, right? They're not hunting your stops. The real reason that you're not getting the results that you want is because you don't have a simple and repeatable system that you can come into the market with and execute upon with confidence. So, my goal with this video is to break down step by step how I made over $12,000 day trading oil, and you can use this simple framework in your trading to get the same results. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. All right. So I always start my analysis every morning when I log on. This is what's pulled up, right? I have the daily chart up here, the 4 hour and the 1 hour. That way, when I come in and I'm cycling through a few markets that I trade, like oil, gold, and the indices, I can see a quick top-down view of what's going on. All right. So the higher time frames, they really do matter, guys. And the first thing I noticed on oil was, one, we had these equal highs up here, but on the daily chart, we're in this bearish order flow. Okay. We're in this bearish institutional order flow. And so price is seeking lower prices, price is seeking sell side liquidity. And I noticed this daily imbalance right here. I noticed this daily imbalance. And if we mark out the 50%, you can see price comes up after opens, hits the 50%, and tanks down on this Friday. And if you notice, I'm actually recording on Saturday, so I'm recording this the day after, but I want to get this video out to you guys. So price opens up, hits the 50%, and then drops, right? Seeking lower prices again. And what I saw, so one, I was already bearish biased, just trying to get on side with the bearish order flow. But two, we have a higher time frame POI, or point of interest, which is this daily imbalance here. And what I really liked about it was if we jump down on the 30-minute right here, you can see not only are we respecting the lower half of this imbalance, right? But we also have this accumulation right here. And what do I mean by accumulation? Well, I mean that price was in a consolidation. And when price is consolidating, you can expect people who are trying to trade the breakout, right? They look for candles to close above, like here, we have right here. And when that happens, right, they're going long, right? There's people who are trading breakouts. There's people who are trading break and retests, whatever it is. They're going long here. And you can see, obviously, that didn't work out well for them because price is consolidating, price trades up, and then goes the other way, right? So that's what we mean by accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, or the power of three, right? This is the accumulation. This right here is the manipulation on one side of the range. And then the distribution is to the opposite side, right? Seeking these equal lows right here. So that's what I really liked, right? And it really helped me get short was the confidence off this, one, high time frame array right here, but two, this lower time frame AMD, or power 3, or accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So you can see here above that range, we manipulate and then distribute down, right? Just want to hammer that home for you guys. So when I saw that occurring, right, because I set down usually at the charts around 8:30ish. All right, so 8:30 comes in on this down close candle right here. I'm usually sitting down, and I noticed if we pull up the economic calendar, we had just had, right, 8:30 news release, and we had Trump speaking at 2. But you know, I'm looking to get something off in the morning, so that's that, right? Not really worried about that. But I didn't execute on 30-minute, right? So I walked you through how I got my bias, right? Just following the higher time frame order flow. And also we had this higher time frame POI. And then we also had this lower time frame AMD, or power of 3. But how did I actually get into the trade, right? How did I actually execute? Well, I use what's called a change in the state of delivery to get short, okay? So as I narrow in, you can actually see it's a lot cleaner AMD, right? We have accumulation, manipulation, and distribution to the downside. But I got short right here, okay? And so when price came down on a 15-minute chart and it closed below these up close candles, right? That's when I got short. And why did I get short right there? Well, these are the last series of up close candles before, right? Or that took out these highs right here, this side of the range. And people always say, oh, accumulation it's not really flat, right? this was actually kind of like a staggered accumulation. It doesn't have to be super flat. It can be kind of staggered, right? The market's weird in that way. But you can see here it's in a consolidation and then aggressively moves out of that consolidation, leaving an imbalance right here. But when price closed down below these series, all right, this series of up close candles, that to me said, light bulbs going off in my head. That's a change in state of delivery to the downside, right? And it matches my bias of, wanting to get short, but also it lines up with the accumulation, manipulation, and I was looking to capture that distribution down. And so when price came back up, right, and closed below, we had actually created a 15-minute imbalance here as well. And so you can see when price came back up, hits these up close candles, the opening price of this series of up close candles, we have also these equal lows down here that I can at least target, right? So I can reasonably expect price to come down and at least attack the other side of the range on this move here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to log you in real quick. I'm going to show you my executions. So let me move this out of the way. There we go. So I'm on AMP now. I switch brokers from TradeStation and we're on live. Log in here. Boom, right? All right, so we're logged in. And you can see here, live account. Got my executions on the chart here. I can toggle them on and off, whatever, right? So one thing that I want to mention is that when we have an overlap like this, right? We have an overlap of a fair value gap and we have an overlap of this order block here. That's when, for me personally, I love to see that because I'm stacking the confluences in my favor, right? We have the AMD, we have the change in state delivery, and we now have displacement to the downside. Displacement meaning we're leaving these fair value gaps as we move in my favor, right? We have displacement to the downside overlapping with this order block, right? This series of up close candles. And so you can actually see here, if I zoom in, we actually don't close above this opening price right here. Price hits it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and the bodies are respecting that. And it also lines up with the midline of this imbalance here as well. So just a lot of confluences, really, really beautiful trade right here, and really beautiful delivery. And you can see here, I set a limit. So opening price was my entry point, stop above this high up here, and I really wanted to see previous day's low be taken out, right? Let me move this back down so you can see that. Look at this. And I really wanted to see previous day's low be taken out right here. So that's what I was aiming for. Obviously didn't get that, right? But it looks like it was on the way. So that would have been a 3.5 hour trade, entering here and exiting there. But we didn't get that, obviously. So what I did was, and how I managed the trade, was when price came and moved down and attacked the sell side down here that I was looking for, I said, okay, when prices get down there, I want to go break even. So I reduced my risk right here at about, what do you want to call that? That was about almost 1.2R. And I said, all right, first partial is going to be 2R, because I don't take trades that are less than 2R, right? So down here at 2R, the one thing that got me spooked, right? If we go on an hourly chart right here, actually I'll make this hourly chart so you can see it. This thing is a lag, and when I right click, I'm trying to reset my chart. The one thing that spooked, yep, see, there it goes again. The one thing that spooked me was this hourly imbalance, right? And you can see when price hit that initially on this move down, it kind of acted as a speed bump. And then price really kind of just chopped around inside. So I wasn't going to get my partials off until 2R. I didn't care that it was going to hit the top of this. I'm going for my 2R. That's my rule. I'm following the plan, right? And so when price got down there, you can see here, I marketed out 10 contracts. So I took off 10 of the 15 that I was short, and I held the remaining 5 for the low down here. I was hoping we'd get that. We didn't. So I really just waited through this chop, went to the gym, was managing it, looking at it on my phone. I had alerts set so I could easily get out with my last 5 contracts, but we didn't get that. And so right around 15:15, which is about 3:15 in the afternoon, so we have 45 minutes before market close, I pyramided 3 more in actually, and I trailed my stop above this high. All right, so my stop was trailed above this high. Let's mark that stop. And that was where I trailed my stop after pyramiding in 3. And my position was somewhere around here then, right? Because I sold 15 up here, took off 10. I was left with about, 5 contracts up here, and I sold 3 more. So I had 8, and my entry moved down to about right here, the average was. So I said, you know what? It's a risk-free pyramid. I'm going to see if I can get that move in the last hour down to here, right? And obviously we didn't get that. Price continued just to chop right here, and I shortly exited right before the market closed at 1600 or 4 p.m. Eastern time with the remaining 8 contracts I had. So all in all, netted $12,260 on this day. And if you look, right, if you look here, price actually looks like it's going down in my favor after market close, right? So the market's obviously closed on Saturday. Where we open up on Sunday, who knows? I just didn't want to swing over the weekend, right? I'm not the most comfortable with swing trading, especially over the weekend, because you never know, 1, what could happen globally, 2, what Trump might tweet, he might start yapping, or 3, right? All it takes is like 1 bomb to be dropped anywhere in the world and in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the market's just going to go crazy on Sunday when it opens. And I don't want to be in a position when and if that occurs. So you probably don't want to either. So that's why I sold the remaining 8 and just called it a day, right? I made 12 grand. I was happy with it. And I was just practicing patience, sitting through this chop, right? So that was my trade. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.